We have a new Prime Minister, so cheers, Polly. We can't afford to do talking pints on this show because, as we've reported, so it's just the glass is, whatever that is, 127, 128 empty. Because, as we've reported, pub owners have calculated that if they pass their increased energy bills on to customers, you'd be paying £15 a pint. But wait a minute, that was last week. So how's this week going so far? Look at this. Pubs may have to charge you £20 a pint to survive energy crisis. So if you're a 14 pints a night bloke, as William Hague once famously claimed to be, that's, let me do the math here, that's 280 quid, not including the cost of the pork scratchings and the pickled eggs. These are serious times, and we certainly hope the new PM is up to the challenge. Last week, a viewer asked me what I would do in my first day in office, and I only really got up to what I'd do in my first 3/4 of an hour in office because the clock ran out and the show was over. Just to recap, I'd withdraw from the European Court of Human Rights. I'd end the business partnership between the human traffickers and the Royal Navy, the Border Force, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute by cancelling all public expenditures spent on aiding the nightly southern invasion. I'd put net zero on hold. I'd kill the so-called online harms bill, which is a disgraceful assault on free speech and indeed on the very integrity of law. And I would kill Ofcom's new powers to regulate the internet, and indeed I'd remove all Ofcom's existing editorial powers completely, because with the crisis to come, we are going to need to have an open and honest and unfettered debate about how to get through it. I want to add one other thing to those things I said last week, though. I forgot to mention, I would also do this in my first 45 minutes as Prime Minister, and I commend it to Liz Truss, that I would forbid any Minister of the Crown, or indeed any servant of the Crown, from participating in the World Economic Forum. That's the official name for the institution run out of a hollowed-out Alp in Davos by Klaus Schwab, the sinister Teutonic megalomaniac, hiding in plain sight as a sinister Teutonic megalomaniac.
Let's also be clear. The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room.
Our future! So our future is built by us! Just because Klaus Schwab is the twin brother of Ming the Merciless, that's Ming on the left there and Klaus Schwab on the right, just because Herr Schwab talks and dresses like a madman bent on world domination is no reason in itself to subscribe to all kinds of conspiracy theories about what he's up to. So let's just leave it at this. Members of this government do not need to be jetting off to Davos and palling around with members of other governments and then flying home to take the same position as the rest of Herr Schwab's, quote, powerful community does on climate change, on COVID, on agriculture, on Ukraine, on the monkeypox, on whatever's next. That globalist groupthink has screwed your world. Inflation is in 70s retro mode. Sterling is dead. The pound is sleeping with the fishes. Your energy bill is headed to 5 figures. And everyone from the Canadian PM to the German agriculture minister say, great, it's all going according to plan. All these guys need to meet a wider range of acquaintances, and forbidding their participation at Davos is a great start.